So, welcome back to another video. This is TeamOverclocked, and today we're going to be going over an $800 gaming PC build for January and February 2017. Now, this PC should be able to play games at 1440p ultra settings at around 50 to 60 FPS. Of course, there are some exceptions, like The Witcher 3, which is somewhat hard to run at ultra settings, but if you do drop it to medium to high, like in most other games, you should be able to hit that 60 FPS frame rate. Even then, this is really great performance considering you're only paying $800 for 1440p ultra gaming, and with the benchmarks out of the way, let's get right into the build. For the CPU, I went with the Intel Core i5-7500 for $199. This is a quad-core chip clocked at 3.4 GHz with a turbo boost clock of 3.8 GHz. This is based on the Skylake architecture, which means you're getting the latest stuff from Intel. And this is a really great CPU for gaming since it has 4 strong cores, which is what most games need from a CPU these days. Now for the motherboard, I went with the Gigabyte GA B150M-DS3H for $62. This has 4 RAM slots, 6 SATA ports, an M.2 slot, along with a USB 3 header. This is a great motherboard for $62 that meets the needs of this build very well, while at the same time providing room for upgrades like with more RAM or an M.2 drive. For the RAM, I went with the G.Skill Aegis 8GB set for $50. This is a 1x8GB set clocked at 2400 MHz. 8 GB is the perfect amount for gaming, and since this is only one stick, you can throw in more RAM later on if you want a 16 or 32 GB configuration in the future. For the SSD, I went with the Mushkin Eco 3 for $71. This is a 240 GB SSD, and with this capacity, you should be able to store the OS along with their most used files onto here, and it will definitely make your PC feel faster since SSDs are vastly more reliable and faster compared to hard drives, although they do have much worse price per gigabyte. So for the mass storage, I decided to throw in a Seagate Barracuda 1TB hard drive for just under $50. Now this is going to be the mass storage for this build and should be enough for all of your games, movies, and other large files. This spins at 7200 RPM and has 64 megabytes of cache as well, so speed-wise, this is an average hard drive, and it should be satisfactory for the budget-minded gamer. For the GPU, perhaps the most important part of a gaming PC, we have the Sapphire RX 480 for $253. This is clocked at 1.31 GHz, has 8 GB of GDDR5 VRAM, and a TDP of 200 watts. This is going to be great for maxing out games at 1080p as well as playing some games at 1440p at high to ultra settings. Along with that, this PC has a great cooler which should keep temperatures low and should allow for some decent overclocking if you're looking into doing that. For the case, I went with the NZXT S340 for $63. This has a decent amount of cable management holes, a PSU shroud, along with a bracket to hide your cables. Along with that, this has extensive water cooling support and a decent room for upgrades. And to top it all off, this has a nice sleek side panel window and looks great with its minimalistic design, and this should be good enough for you for this build, along with any future builds you might want to do. For the power supply, I went with the EVGA 600B for $50. This is 80 plus bronze certified, meaning that 80% of the power that this power supply will be using will be turned into energy for your PC rather than heat. This is also made by EVGA, who are known to make high quality power supplies for a variety of budgets. So yeah guys, that's all for today. If you liked the video, please overclock the like button. If you didn't like it, please dislike this video and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you guys in the next one.